48번. 필자가 이 글을 쓴 목적을 고르십시오. Please choose the 목적. It's objective or goal. Please choose the goal. The writer, 필자, is same as 네, 글쓴이. So please choose the goal that the writer wrote. Single ni은 under is in past tense. So the writer wrote what? This writing. Every option ends with 기 위해. In order to. And this key syllable always with infinitive stem of a word. So 촉구하다. This means encourage. In order to encourage what? 공론화. 자, public, loan, discussion, 화, make. Make a public discussion. In order to encourage making the public discussion of 법 제정, making the law. 네, it's not about to encourage public discussion of the law making. 네, so it's not a right answer because it did not encourage making public discussion. Number 2, 법 제정의 반대 근거를 제시하기 위해. In order to 제시하다, to show. This 제, it means suggest. She is to visualize or see. So you suggest something by showing something. So it's a show. In order to show what? 반대 근거. The opposite. 자, 반대 is the antonym of 찬성, agreement. So it's the opposite. Disagreement. 근거, proof. In order to show the opposite proof of the law making. So from here to here, it's about agreement with the personal information remover. 그러나, this is however, but. So up to from here to here, it's about the law, about deleting the personal information, and some countries already this kind of bill was passed. However, the intention of this writing is shown here. 그러나 이는, however, this is a haste following the trend. Think about the side effects that can appear when this law was implemented. The writer gave an example, example 1. What if the removed information is about the vicious criminal? Another example, and this is the supporting sentences that support his argument that deleting personal information, it might not be a good idea. That's why 48, the right answer is number 2. 왜? In order to show the opposite proof. Proof is those examples. The proof of the making the law. 한번 법 시행의 피해 사례를 알려주기 위해 in order to 알려주다. Inform the 피해 사례. The scammed cases of the law enforcement. 아니죠. 피해 사례 is not 목적. It cannot be objective. It's because it's too specific information. So that's why it cannot be an objective, which shows the writer's intention. Number 4, 법 시행의 적절한 시기를 제한하기 위해 in order to 제안하다. 자, this 제 is the same 제 here. Suggest. 제안하다, suggest. Suggest what? The pertinent, proper period of the law enforcement. They did not mention the proper period of the law enforcement. This is wrong. 49번 빈칸에 들어갈 내용으로 알맞은 것을 고르십시오. Choose the appropriate one as the content that will go into 빈칸. So this parenthesis modifies the following noun, 내용, content, and real under this is in future tense. So please choose the appropriate one as the content that will 들어가다 go into 빈칸, the blank. 자, everything ends with 는. So this 는 is the modifier that modifies the following noun, 장치, device, or tool. Okay, and this 는 is in present tense. 개인의 권리를 존중하려는 의도가 the intention that try to respect the personal right. It shall not become a tool that it shall not be a tool that. So it should be negative. It should be a negative. Why? Because it says it shall not become a device. So it should be negative device. Okay, so let's find the negative one. Okay, number 1. 공공의 피해를 유발하는, 자, 유발하다, cause. 자, U is leading, 발, happening. The device that caused the damage of the public. This is the right answer. 그쵸, 피해를 유발하다, this is negative. And what 피해 was it? Do you remember? What 피해 was it? Who can be so confident that this result of the law enforcement is not linked, connected to not only for the individual, but also the unhappiness of the 국가, country, and the society. For example, it can be a target of the following crime, and the candidate might be elected at an election who manipulated his past career or past achievement. So it can cause the damage of the public. Yeah, it can be public or the individual too, but it says public, so it's a part of that 피해, part of the damage. Okay, so this is the right answer. But let's look at other options too, because other option might be better than number 1. So number 2, 국민의 자유를 침해하는, 침해하다, it means infringe or violate. So the device that violates the freedom of the population. 자, they did not mention freedom. Okay, the writer did not mention freedom. That's why it's wrong. 소통의 단절을 조장하는, 자, 조장하다, make, 장, encouragement. So 조장하다, encourage. Device that encourage the cut of the communication. 아니죠, cut of communication. The writer did not mention the cut of communication, so this is also wrong. 사회 통합을 저해하는, 자, it means law, 해, it means harm. So it can be translate as harm or downgrade. So, the device that harm, 통합, integration of the society. It did not mention the integration of society. Integration, 통합 아니에요. The writer did not mention 통합, integration either. That's why this is also the wrong answer. The right answer is number 1. The right of the individual, it shall not be the device that cause the 피해, damage of the public. 그래서 정답은 1번이 되겠습니다. 50번. 밑줄 친 부분에 나타난 필자의 태도로 알맞은 것을 고르십시오. 자, please choose the appropriate one as 태도, the attitude of the writer that 나타나다, appear. However, there is a single neon under, so it's in past tense. So appeared, underlined part. Let's look at the underlined part and let's figure out the 태도, attitude. 법 시행의 결과가 개인뿐만 아니라 사회, 국가의 불행으로 이어지지 않는다고 누가 자신할 수 있겠는가? Who can be so confident that the result of the law enforcement is not connected to the 불행, unhappiness, unluck, not only to the individual but also to the 사회, society, and the country. So that being said, in other words, the law enforcement result, it can lead to the 불행, unhappiness, unluck, not only to the individual but also to the society and the country. So let's get back to 50. 자, we are looking for 태도, the attitude. Every option ends with 고 있다, 고 있다, 고 있다, 고 있다, present continuous. So, 동정하고 있다. He is 동. It means together. 정. It means feeling. 동정하다, to have the same feeling. Sympathize. Sympathize. So he is sympathizing the people who were victimized through this law. 피해를 입다 is the expression to receive damage. So here, 피해를 입은 사람들 can be translated as people who were victimized. Single in under the infinitive stem or the syllable in, it's in past tense. People who were victimized through this law. So this parenthesis modifies 사람들. 자, is he sympathizing? No, he's not sympathizing. Who can be so confident? Say it doesn't lead to the unhappiness. 이렇게 말했죠? It's not the sympathizing. 지적하고 있다. 자, 지적하다 is indicate. So he's indicating 문제점, the problem, 문제 problem, 점 aspect or point. So he is indicating the problems of in the or at the 단계 steps. They're making steps. In the making steps of this law. No, he's not indicating the problems. Didn't even mention about the making steps. 이 법이 실패했던 해외 사례에 대해 비판하고 있다. The writer is criticizing. 자, 비판하다, criticize. The writer is criticizing 에 대해 about 해외 사례 abroad cases that had failed. double S under done complete action in the past. 실패하다 failed. So double S under done. It had failed. This law is the subject. Okay, so the writer is criticizing about the abroad cases that this law had failed. It's not criticizing about the abroad cases. 4번, 이 법의 시행이 가져올 부작용에 대해 염려하고 있다. 염려하다, 걱정하다, worry, concern. 시나님, 걱정하다. So the writer is concerning about 부작용, the side effect. The side effect that this law's enforcement will bring. So this parenthesis, likewise, it modifies the following noun, 부작용. 가져오다, bring. And it has real consonant under which is in future tense. So it will bring. The writer is concerning about the side effect that this law's enforcement will bring. This is the right answer because if you see up here, who can be so confident that the law's enforcement result is not connected to the unhappiness not only to the individual but also unhappiness of the country and its society. So, 염려하고 있다. In other words, the law enforcement result, it might connect it to the 불행, unhappiness, not only to the individual, but also to the society and the country. So this is a side effect, 불행, unhappiness. This is the 부작용, side effect, or its negative reaction. That's 부작용. So 불행, this is a negative, unhappiness. That's why 부작용, side effect, or negative reaction. This is also negative meaning. Okay, who can be so confident to say this is 염려하고 있다? He is concerning. He is concerning about the negative reaction, side effect of this 법 시행의 결과, the result of the law enforcement. That's why the right answer is number 4. 이 법의 시행이 가져올 부작용에 대해 염려하고 있다. Is concerning about the side effect, the negative reaction that this law's enforcement or the enforcement of this law will bring. So this parenthesis modifies side effect 불행. So that's why number 4 is the right answer.